drunk off your love, and I lost myself again. You hit just like a drug. This time I won't let you in. You're playing with fire. No, I didn't, I'm the prey. But this time I won't collapse like I did yesterday. You broke my heart once again. I won't buy the dust in return. I can't give it, I can't give it, I won't give it this time. You broke my heart once again. With your bad, but you're bad it for me. I can't give it, I can't give it. I've already run with the wolves. Far from the light of the day. I can't go back to you, I'm stronger today. Been to the dark side, I don't know. So if you wanna shoot far away, I won't go back to you. I'm stronger, I'm stronger, I'm stronger today. I'm stronger today.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel where we live, laugh and love because life is for the living. Let me tell you, we are in March and March happens to be one of my favorite months of the year. You know why? It's endometriosis awareness month. Yes, I thought you should know because I know that is a fun fact that most of you did not know. So today I think I'm going to give you an update of what has been happening to me ever since I went to the hospital after my surgery. I remember the last time I updated you guys on my endo was way kitambo, and I feel like March being an endometriosis awareness month, I'll bring you up to speed on just what has been happening to me and with my endometriosis. But I think I'm getting tired holding this camera, so what I'll do, I think I'll put you up on a stand. Yeah, so let me just fix you up on a stand so that we have this discussion going on endometriosis and fun facts about endometriosis as well. So just let me put you on hold. Hola, good morning, or is it good afternoon? I think it's afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon. I know it's been a minute since I was on this red app. Forgive me. I know consistency and me, I don't know, but I'm going to try and be as consistent as possible. I'm really trying. I don't know, I mean, just when I'm about to shoot a video and then we have somebody, I don't know, doing something, so forgive me for any noise you'll be hearing. I don't know if it's construction or what, I really do not know, so forgive me for any noise that you'll hear on the background. Anyway, as I was saying, it's been a minute since I was in this red app, but I am now back. Yeah, I think I am now back. I don't know, the last time we were talking about endometriosis, even before we go about talking about endometriosis, we are in March. And for context, March happens to be like one of my favorite months of the year because it is endometriosis awareness month. I know that is a fun fact that probably most of you did not know. Yeah, so the entire month of March happens to be endometriosis awareness month, and we just try to spread so much information about endometriosis because we've also come to realize that not many people actually know what endometriosis is all about. Like, people are getting misdiagnosed every now and then, and it could be as simple as just telling somebody you have endometriosis and this is what you should do. So I remember the last time we were talking about endometriosis was when I was out of theater, and I was just trying to bring you up to speed on how that has been. And today, from the topic, I think we'll be talking about endometriosis post-surgery. It's been a year plus since I had my surgery, and I just feel like March being an endometriosis awareness month, which other better day or rather month to be talking about endometriosis and the struggles post-surgery, if any. So with me, I have like some questions that will be guiding me, in addressing some of the issues that probably I've had post-surgery. And as I'll be answering some of those questions, I will also be preparing my face. Those people who probably are new to this channel, let me give you a backstory about myself. So I'm a Yeko and I'm an endometriosis warrior. If you haven't watched my previous video, there are 2 videos that I've really tried to explain what endometriosis is and what led me going into theater and all that. You can just head back, watch the 2 videos, then you can catch up with this. But again, if you do not have the time, it's okay. I'll give you a backstory of what endometriosis is. So endometriosis is basically, maybe you are wondering what is endometriosis. Endometriosis is basically a condition whereby tissues that normally line the uterus just grow outside the uterus. Okay, let me make it even more simpler. I want you to visualize the letter V. Imagine a V with wings. I had with on a guitar describing the uterus like that, and I felt like, yo, this is very nice. So I want you to imagine of a V, and then the V has wings. So on these wings, at the far end, that is where the ovaries are placed. Now you see, inside this V, assume there are some linings that line the V shape inside the V shape. So this lining is what we call endometrial tissues. Now these endometrial tissues can normally grow, they just, for one reason or another, there is no scientific evidence that points out as to why they just grow outside the uterus. They're actually supposed to be inside the uterus, the lining of the uterus is supposed to be there, but for some reason they just grow outside the uterus. For me, I have what we call in ovarian endometriosis. So I have these tissues, a replica of these tissues inside the uterus on my ovaries. I think that is just how a layman I can try to explain what endometriosis is. So it is just a condition whereby these tissues that are found inside the uterus grow outside the uterus, and normally they love attaching themselves around the pelvic region. So it could be your uterus, it could be your fallopian tube, it could be just generally in anywhere around your pelvic region. But it is not limited, because it can spread to it can just go to any other part of your body. Like for me, the last time I was going into theater, they just realized that I had endometriosis even on my diaphragm. Yes, I had deposits of endometrial tissues on my diaphragm, on my liver, and just below the heart. Yeah, so the danger of this is that when you are on your menses, you see, let us now go back to our V. Like when you're on your menses, you see these endometrial tissues that line the uterus, they are the ones that shed and normally just lead to a lady receiving their menses. Now, each time you're on your menses, you remember this other replica of this tissue, the endometrial tissues that are attached to any other organ of your body, they also tend to bleed. And when they bleed, they normally form something like a sac-like where the blood deposits itself, because it has no outlet, unlike the ones in your uterus that normally just shed off through that opening over there. So these ones, they really do not have like anywhere to go, so they normally form something like a sac where the blood deposits just fill up, and they also tend to destroy the organs that they attach themselves into. So it is not something like you'd really want. It's actually a condition, and there is no cure for it, unfortunately. What is there is just management and just maybe suppressing them from growing. Yeah, so yeah, I think that is a whole lot of explanation on endometriosis, and I think we are at par now. I think we're now at par. So let me get on to the first question, like what led me to theater, because you've heard me saying that I was in theater at some point. I'm doing a lot of talking, and I've forgotten that I'm supposed to be preparing my face as well. So these are just cotton what? These are just my cotton wool, the round cotton wool that I'm going to use to prep my face. This is just a facial toner, turmeric facial toner, that I'm going to go in with as I try to explain to you, or rather answer some questions that might be related to I mean, it is March, Endometriosis Awareness Month. I mean, one of my favorite bands. So what led me into theater? As I said, I've had endometriosis since I was actually first diagnosed with endometriosis in 2017. Yes, 2017 was the first time I remember I was diagnosed with endometriosis, and I actually didn't know what endometriosis was all about. When they first told me I have endometriosis, honestly, I thought it was more like malaria, like the way you're given tabs, malarial tabs, take them, go home, and then you're good to go. I didn't know that it was going to be a condition that would stick with me the longest, the way it has stuck with me till now. I honestly had no clue. I just thought it was, oh, okay, fine, you have endometriosis. So you do this, you go take these tabs 2 times 3 for 1 week. Then if you don't feel better by then, you come back. Look, shock on me. I've been battling endometriosis since 2017, and when I first went there, they gave me Vicin, which is normally used in the management of endometriosis. I took Vicin for close to 2 years. That was 2017, 2018. Then 2019, I went back to the hospital for my regular checkup now, because I was now accustomed to the checkups and all that. And I remember the doctor gave me a clean bill of health. I was so happy, like I was so done with the clinics and all that. Yeah. So 2019, I was declared endo-free. I remember it was around July because it was around my birthday month. And I think that was one of the best birthday gifts that I have ever received. So 2019, I was declared endo-free, and it really felt good. I was so much relieved. Come 2020, Corona happened, and then around August, was it August? No, around September, October, yeah. Again, I started experiencing a whole lot of pain before my menses, which of course some of you may think it's normal. During my menses, again, which some of you think is normal. But now, then again, I had to start out on the medication again. However, this time round, the medicine wasn't working per se, because I'd take the medicine as required, but still I'd be in pain, So I went back, like for now, for my regular, I started out on my clinics again. And I was like, what, you're giving me, that was like 2020, so 2021, 2022. Just going back to the hospital, being pumped with medicine, but there was still pain, like a whole lot of pain. So it reached a point, I just asked the doctor, other than the pain killers and the medicines that you're giving me, what else can we do? Because I mean, I'm here and I'm in so much pain, and I just can't function normally. I had also shed a lot of kgs and all that, and it was now worrying, even for me as an individual. And the doctor told me there is this procedure called laparoscopy that we can do for you, and we'll just try to remove the endometriomas that are, causing all this pain. Like, we just have to take you through the process of laparoscopy surgery. And I was like, whatever you need to do, please do, as long as it will grant me even the slightest relief. And yeah, so I was scheduled for surgery, and that is how I ended up in theater to have my endometriomas removed. So the next question would be, how am I post-surgery? Well, to be honest, I've been feeling so good. I won't even lie to you. I've been feeling so good. Like, the constant pain, the excruciating pain is no longer there. Yes, there are days when there is pain, but it is not as excruciating as before, like before the surgery. I am able to do day-to-day activities. Invite me over for a party and I'll show up at your doorstep. So I'm able to, like, even attend parties, because that is something I couldn't do in the past. So the excruciating pain is no longer there. I won't lie, there are those days that the pain is still there, but it's pain that I can deal with. I don't even need painkillers, because it's just like a passing, just comes once, gone. I really don't need painkillers for the pain or anything. I can say I've been generally good. Like, I've been able to, like, have a quality life, if that makes sense. I'm able to do my day-to-day tasks without having to lay down because maybe I'm fatigued, because I don't know I'm what. No. Honestly, I can say, I don't know, I feel good. I feel good post surgery. And yeah, I'd recommend the surgery. I'd really recommend the surgery to anybody who is probably in doubt. It works. Personally, I've felt the effect. Yeah. So yeah, generally I've been good post surgery, and as you can see, I am good. Another thing would be, are there any scary moments after surgery? This one, I don't even know what to say. Well, yes. To answer that, yes, there have been very scary moments after my surgery. Let me even give you a story. So after surgery, of course, I had to, like, have a sit down with my doctor. I just wanted to understand the whole process. Yes, I've had the surgery. What next? What was I supposed to expect? Those questions that you normally ask. So after surgery, I asked my doctor all that, and she told me that I shouldn't concentrate much on that. Rather, I should just go home, and then after 2 weeks, I should go back to the hospital for my review, and then we'd have that conversation. So I went home, and I really recuperated well. Let me tell you, I recuperated so well. I won't even lie to you. I thought it would take maybe like 3 weeks, but within 2 weeks, trust you me, within 2 weeks, I was walking, like literally walking, and able to move from point A to point B with ease, not just zero grazing in the house. Like, I could go maybe hata kutembea, but not very far, within 2 weeks of my surgery. So when I went back, we had this talk with, this is just, what I'm applying is just vitamin C serum. It looks like so. Yep, it looks like so. And yeah, when I was with my doctor, she told me, what, when we were performing the surgery, we also noticed that your endos had spread. Again, I think I had mentioned this in some previous video when we were talking about endometriosis, and she told me, like, my endos had spread to my diaphragm, some to my liver, and just below the heart. Like, I had deposits of endometrial tissues just on my diaphragm, on my liver, and just below my heart. And she told me they couldn't do much on that. So, hey, this is now the most scariest bit of this process, any after the surgery. So she told me there were two options for me. The first option was for me to keep taking on my meds, which clearly weren't working, because I mean I ended up in theater. And there was option two, which was to take me on early menopause, though it was going to be temporary. But the moment I had menopause, let me tell you, I flipped. Menopause. I was 30 years old. Like, menopause at 30. What do you mean? I mean, I don't even have children. So, how are we going on menopause at 30? You know? And she was like, no, it is not something permanent. It's just going to be temporary. And I was like, wait a minute. I mean, if you're a woman, you'll truly understand that no woman looks forward going into menopause. And then it's even worse when you're 30. So I was like, yo, doc, can't you give me any other option? Which is the third option. Because the first option clearly wasn't working. The second option, no. I really don't think I wanted to hear anything of the sort. So she explained to me my menopause would be temporary, and what that will do is that, you remember me explaining to you how endometriosis works. Like, when you're on your menses, you see these other tissues that are a replica of the original tissues in your uterus also bleed. So she was like, we want to suppress these other tissues, I call them tissue mutus, these other tissue mutus from being active. Like, we want to deactivate them, and see if they can disappear on their own. That was the whole essence of them putting me on temporary menopause, and I was a bit just reluctant, like I was just paranoid. And then she told me to go home. She gave me a week to go think about it and then come back to the hospital. Decided. So I was like, fine, let me go home. And the first person, of course, that came to my mind was my mom. And when I reached home, of course, over dinner, and I just told her, I went to the hospital today, and then the doctor gave me two options. Option one was to keep on taking up the meds, which clearly weren't working, and option two was for me to go on menopause. And I also told her, like, yes, the doctor told me it was not going to be permanent. It was just it was going to be a temporary thing. And I don't know, I was just feeling a bit paranoid. So my mom was like, mom, I've seen you in pain, and if this is something that will probably help out, and it will, the benefits outweigh the negatives, then why not roll with it? There's nothing you haven't literally done because of endometriosis. If it's dawa za kienyeji, those herbal medicines, I've taken them, nothing was working. If it's this contemporary medicine that people are given, I had taken, nothing was working. So she was like, I just have faith and just believe that everything will be okay, and that the doctors were just but God sent to help me out, and I should run with whatever it is that they thought was good for me, because they again are the professionals of the disease. So my mom really convinced me, and she was like, you just accept to go through the menopause phase just temporarily, so that we see if it will be of any help with your endometriosis. And I was like, I think I'm now on my own, and I think I now have to make a decision that will be beneficial to me, or rather will be good for me. But let me not tell you, I won't even lie, it was one of the toughest decisions that I had to make. It was one of the I was scared, because I kept asking myself, what if, the what ifs just became too much. And I was like, what if this thing they're telling me is temporary, then it ends up being permanent, I was so I won't even, I was so scared. I was super scared. I was like, yo, I'm still young. I want to have children of my own. I don't know. I wanted to just experience being a woman. And here, somebody is telling me I should take a break on that which defines me. Go on menopause. I'm not saying that having children is what defines a woman, but I just felt like, hey, it was just too early for me. But then again, after a week, I went back to the hospital, and yeah, I was ready for my procedure. I was ready to undergo the temporary menopause. The other question would be, how did you end up into menopause? Of course, I've explained that, but now let me take you through the process of me getting into menopause. So I was given an injection. The first injection I was given, it was called Zoladex. Yo, I keep forgetting that I'm prepping my face, but anyway, not to worry. So this is vitamin C. This is also vitamin C. It is just some cream, vitamin C cream. So my process of my menopause process started with me given an injection, a Zoladex injection. Yeah, it was called Zoladex. The injection was Zoladex. And it comes in two. There is the one that you're given on a monthly basis, and then there is one that you're injected once and it lasts for 3 months. So they gave me the first injection, and then that was it. Imagine just an injection like that, an injection even too. And I went home. That month I never saw my periods, nothing. So that was my first injection, my menopause injection, Zoladex. Then I went for the second jab, again Zoladex. Then the third jab, and then the doc, whoever who was just giving me the jabs, was like, yeah, you see, you don't have to be coming here every month. We can be doing this. We can be injecting you just once. That will cover the entire 3 months. Like, yo, this is such a relief. This is such a relief. And so after the 3 months, now the 4th month, I was given Lupride. Yeah, it was Lupride injection. Yeah, I was given Lupride injection. So that one covered 3 months, not like the monthly jab. Like I had to go there every month to get a jab. So what these two medications, Zoladex and Lupride, do, they normally suppress the hormones that actually are responsible for the growth of the endometrial tissue. So they suppress that hormone, which just makes the endometrial tissues to grow. And once they suppress them, then these endometrial tissues become inactive. And once they are inactive, of course, hakuna kunyesha, and my endometriomas are not growing, So that is basically how Lupride works. And once you take them, yeah, that is what happens. The hormones that are responsible for making the endometrial tissues to grow become just inactive, like nothing. They don't do anything now. Then they're just dormant over there. So no kunyesha, no nothing. So that is how Lupride and Zoladex work, and that is how you're taken through menopause, because now you're not on your menses. You can't conceive. You're not on your menses. You're just living like probably a 60, 70-year-old grandma, just that. Like it inhibits, the growth of these endometrial tissues. It's as simple as that. That is just how you go into menopause. These hormones that are responsible for the endometrial tissues to grow, kaput. So that is how I went into menopause, and that was in October 2022. Yes, and I've not had my menses up until January 2024. Hold up there. There is a catch to that. Now this medicine, apparently you're only supposed to use it for 6 months only. So you remember I had gotten my first 3 jabs, like the monthly jabs, kila mwezi. Then now they gave me sasa ingine ya kudunga. So that was supposed to take me through, it was October, November, December. Then the second jab that was given, which was supposed to last for a period of 3 months, supposed to take me through January, February, up until March. And I was supposed to be done with it, because those medications, you're not supposed to take them for more than 6 months. You are not. So March was supposed to be like the last time I was having my jab. But who is me? I think I was enjoying the process so much. Like, I was in no pain. I was just okay. I had forgotten what menstrual pain was. I had forgotten even, I mean, the price ya pad. I wouldn't know. Trust me, I wouldn't know. So around March, I went for the 3rd jab. So I was given another jab. March, April, May. That jab was supposed to last till May. Yo, tell me why I was overdosing myself on these drugs. Why? And now, wherever I was getting this jab from was not from where I got my first jab. It was now a hospital, an affiliate hospital of where I work at. So they were just, oh, you here for the jab? Yeah, I'm here for the jab. And remember, they had just given me the first jab, so they thought that they were giving me the last jab. Let me tell you, I used Lupride for close to 6 months, and then the Zoladex, I had used it for 3 months. That makes a total of 9 months. A medicine that I ought to have used for only 6 months. Like, I overdosed with 1 jab. And then after that, I was like, let me not overdo this. Let me just now sit back and wait for what will happen, because they had told me the process was temporary, so I was just waiting for my periods anytime from there. So that was around May. So June, July, August, September, October, I was just waiting for my period. So around October, I hadn't like seen my menses, and I was now getting worried. Shock on me. Nothing. And I was like, or is it because I've overdosed? Will I ever reverse this process? Is the process even reversible in the first place? What if I've messed up? Now I started getting worried, like more worried. I remember calling my doctor and telling her like I was worried because I hadn't seen, and she was like, no, just relax, take it easy. The whole process is reversible, and you just give it time, everything will go back to normal. And I think that is one of the longest waits that I have ever had to endure. So I was like, what have I done to myself? And I just came clean to my doctor and told her, you know what, I did ABCD, and I'm now, the doctor was like, just relax, everything is going to be okay. The only side effects of that medication, and why you cannot use it for more than 6 months, is because it weakens your bones, but it has nothing to do with you being on menopause forever. So you're given that medication for 6 months because of the bones and all that, but not because of anything else. Nothing menopausal about it. And I felt a bit relieved, and I was like, okay, let us wait. I was still enjoying myself, of course, not having to be on periods. Like at that time I was like, periods, bye-bye. See you when you see me. You will not know my name. I was elated like that. But then the worry, what if the process is irreversible and all that. So around January, January came and I was now more than married. Like, we are in 2024. Since 2022, I've not had my period. Since 2022 October, I've not had my periods, and I was like, yo. Then February happened, and yeah, the pills came back. They came back. Was there any pain? No. In fact, the first time they came, I didn't even expect them, because it was just like any other day, until I felt like something was, felt just going to check my pain. Like, the whole process was reversed, and yeah, here I am, not on menopause anymore. So that was a whole 1 and some 3-4 months of being on menopause at 30. Yeah, so the last one, and I know most of you are wondering, am I infertile? No, I'm not infertile. Well, and one of the side effects of endometriosis is that it's a leading cause in infertility. I hope I've said that clear. Yeah, it's a leading cause in infertility. But it does not mean when you have endometriosis you cannot have kids. I've had testimonies of survivors, endometriosis survivors who've had kids. So it is not a guarantee that if you have endometriosis you will not have kids. Well, the process might take a bit longer than usual, but that does not mean you will never have kids or you will not have kids. So yes, I am not infertile. And even if giving birth, or rather conceiving through the natural way, is a bit tough, there are other options. There's the insemination something, and then there's the IVF. So you are not like entirely barren or rather infertile. I think that would be it for this video. I'm going to apply this. This is just my sunscreen, I think off camera. Yeah, so this is just Vaseline that I'm playing on my lips. I've really enjoyed this video so much, and I hope I've been able to clear some of those questions that probably you've been wondering after operation. Was it successful, and all that. I'm still going to answer a few because I know you still have more. Like, now that I'm back to my menses, are the end still there, so I think we'll do that in the next video. So just keep it tuned here, go back, watch those videos that you haven't watched, then have a whole overview of what endometriosis is all about and just how it works. And work with me through this journey, walk with me through my recovery journey, walk with me through this journey of hope and survival. Yeah, so kindly, I had forgotten to mention this, subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed to this channel. Please subscribe to this channel, share it out, and help me spread the news about endometriosis. It could be your sister, keep telling, it could be your sister, it could be your daughter, it could be your niece, it could be your friend. Once you are empowered, once you have that knowledge, probably you can just share it out with somebody else, and you'll be helping me save a life, and also helping me, or rather helping those people to get a correct diagnosis and not misdiagnosed on their condition. So till next time, I'll see you in the next one. It was beautiful catching up with you. Bye bye.